Imagine discovering a small, ordinary penny in your pocket, only to realize it's worth up to $11 million. Sounds impossible, right? But what if I told you that an unassuming 1980 Lincoln penny without a mint mark could be your golden ticket to unimaginable wealth? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and why this rare penny is changing lives. You might be thinking, it's just a penny. How can it be worth millions? Well, here's the secret: the United States Mint makes mistakes. And those mistakes could mean a financial windfall for you. In 1980, a small number of Lincoln pennies were released without the mint mark that indicates where they were produced. This tiny missing detail transforms an otherwise common coin into an extraordinary treasure. Why? Because these errors are extremely rare, and serious coin collectors are willing to pay astronomical prices to own them. Now, before you rush to check your penny jar, let me explain why this error is so valuable. Normally, pennies minted in Philadelphia in 1980 were supposed to bear a distinctive P mint mark. However, a handful of these coins were mistakenly released without it. This error was quickly corrected, but not before some of these valuable pennies slipped into circulation. Today, these error coins are considered the crown jewels of modern penny collecting, with collectors willing to pay staggering sums for a chance to own one. And here's where it gets even more interesting: some of these pennies have fetched up to $11 million at auction. Yes, you heard that right. $11 million. Now, you may be wondering, how do I know if I have one of these priceless pennies? Great question. First, grab a magnifying glass and examine any 1980 Lincoln pennies you have. If you don't see a mint mark under the date, you could be holding a fortune. But here's the catch: counterfeiters know the value of these coins too, so verifying authenticity is crucial. You can consult a professional coin grader or submit your penny to a reputable grading service to confirm if it's the real deal. Picture this: one simple penny transforming your entire financial future. Imagine paying off your mortgage, retiring early, or even taking that dream vacation you've always wanted. All from a penny you might already own. It's a life-changing discovery hiding in plain sight. And while most people overlook their spare change, you now have the knowledge to turn a humble coin into a financial windfall. Still skeptical? You're not alone. Many people think rare pennies are a myth or that only museums hold such treasures. But real people, just like you, have found these valuable coins tucked away in forgotten jars or hidden in couch cushions. And their lives have never been the same since. Don't make the mistake of thinking it can't happen to you, because it absolutely can. So, what should you do next? Start by searching through your coin collections and loose change. Pay special attention to 1980 Lincoln pennies. If you find one without a mint mark, you could be sitting on a life-altering fortune. And even if you don't find one today, don't give up. Rare coins surface every day, and the next one could be yours. But here's the thing: these valuable pennies won't stay hidden forever. As more people become aware of their worth, finding one becomes harder. Every day you wait is a missed opportunity to uncover a hidden treasure. So, don't waste another moment. Your path to unimaginable wealth could be as simple as checking your spare change. And here's a thought to leave you with: what if the key to your financial freedom has been right under your nose all along? Would you recognize it? Or would you let it slip through your fingers like countless others? The choice is yours, but one thing is certain: fortune favors those who take action. Start searching today, and who knows? You might just find that million-dollar penny hiding in plain sight. A penny so rare, so valuable, that collectors are willing to pay up to $10 million for it. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, hold on tight, because today, we are diving into the mysterious and incredibly valuable 1981 Lincoln penny without a mint mark, and trust me, you do not want to miss a second of this. Now, you might be wondering, what makes a simple 1981 penny so special? After all, it's just a penny. But here's the shocking truth, this ordinary-looking coin hides an extraordinary secret. Due to a rare minting error, some 1981 Lincoln pennies were struck without the traditional mint mark. And that small, missing detail could make you a fortune, but here's the catch, most people unknowingly spend these valuable pennies every single day. Yes, you heard that right. You could be holding a coin worth millions and not even know it. So, how do you know if you have one? And more importantly, how can you cash in on this golden opportunity? Let's start with what to look for. Typically, a 1981 Lincoln penny should have a small letter under the date, either a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco. But if your penny is missing that mint mark entirely, you could be sitting on a windfall. And the condition of your penny? That matters too. Pristine, uncirculated coins are fetching astronomical prices at auctions. In fact, recent sales reveal a shocking trend, the value of rare, no mint mark pennies is skyrocketing. Collectors and investors are in a heated race to find these hidden treasures. Some of these pennies have already sold for tens of thousands, and the rarest examples, they could go for up to $10 million. Imagine what that kind of money could do for your life. Pay off debts, buy your dream home, retire early, all from a coin you might already own. Now, before you rush off to check your loose change, you need to know how to authenticate and sell your coin. Not every no-mint mark penny is worth millions, and scammers are eager to prey on unsuspecting sellers. That's why you must take the right steps to protect yourself and maximize your profits. Step 1. Inspect your coin closely. Use a magnifying glass to check for any trace of a mint mark. If it's missing, you could be in luck. Step 2. Get your penny professionally graded. This step is crucial. Certified coins fetch far higher prices because buyers trust their authenticity. And step 3. Connect with reputable auction houses or trusted numismatic dealers who specialize in rare coins. And here's a little insider secret, many people make the mistake of selling too quickly. Patience can pay off big time. With the value of rare pennies rising, holding on to your coin a little longer could mean the difference between a modest payday and a life-changing fortune. But here's the million-dollar question. What if you already spent one of these rare pennies without realizing it? Imagine accidentally handing over $1 million coin for a cup of coffee. It happens more often than you think. In fact, stories of people finding rare coins in their pocket change are becoming more common. So, the next time you get a penny in your hand, take a moment to check. You might just be holding your ticket to financial freedom, and if you're still not convinced that an ordinary penny could be worth millions, consider this. One lucky collector turned a single penny into a multi-million-dollar payday. That's not just pocket change, that's life-changing money. The question is, will you be the next success story? Time is ticking, and these rare 1981 no-mint mark pennies aren't getting any easier to find. Every day, more of them slip through the cracks, disappearing forever. But for those who know what to look for, the rewards are extraordinary. So, check your change, inspect those pennies, and don't let a fortune pass you by. After all, your next step could lead to the discovery of a lifetime. But the 1982 Lincoln penny without a mint mark has turned everyday people into millionaires, overnight. And here's the kicker, one could be sitting in your pocket right now. Here's the truth. There are hidden treasures circulating in plain sight, and if you don't pay attention, you could miss out on a life-changing fortune. The 1982 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny is one of the rarest and most valuable coins in the world. And if you think pennies are just loose change, prepare to have your mind blown. Now, why is the 1982 Lincoln penny without a mint mark so special? It all comes down to a critical mistake at the U.S. Mint. During 1982, the government transitioned from using 95% copper pennies to zinc-based pennies to save costs. In the midst of this chaotic switch, a small number of pennies were struck without a mint mark. This rare error has created a frenzy in the coin-collecting world, with collectors paying unimaginable prices to own one. Picture this. You walk into a coin dealer's office with what you think is an ordinary penny. The dealer takes one glance, and suddenly, the atmosphere changes. Their eyes widen. They know you're holding a fortune. And just like that, a simple penny turns into a massive payday. But here's the catch: not every 1982 penny is worth millions. You need to know exactly what to look for to avoid throwing away a potential windfall. First, the weight. This is where things get exciting. Copper pennies weigh 3.11 grams, while zinc pennies weigh 2.5 grams. If you find a 1982 penny without a mint mark that weighs 3.11 grams, stop everything. That's the golden ticket. It means you might be holding one of the rare transitional error coins that can fetch up to $10 million at auction. And yes, people have already cashed in on this jackpot. If you're thinking, well, how do I check the weight? It's easier than you think. A simple digital scale, the kind you find online for a few bucks, can be your best friend. But there's another detail you must catch. Look closely at the date. The font style and spacing play a huge role. Genuine 1982 no mint mark errors have a distinct, sharp appearance compared to ordinary pennies. Miss this, and you could overlook a fortune. Here's where it gets even crazier. Just last year, a similar penny sold for an astonishing $1.1 million at a major auction. And the demand is skyrocketing. Collectors are desperate to get their hands on these elusive coins, driving prices higher and higher. So, if you find one, you hold the power to change your life forever. But there's a twist. Scammers know the value too, and they're flooding the market with fake replicas. That's why authentication is key. If you suspect you have the real deal, get it verified by a reputable grading service like pcgs or NGC. They'll confirm its authenticity and assign it an official grade, which can multiply its value tenfold. Think about it. What if you had one of these coins lying around right now, hidden in an old jar or tucked away in a drawer? Would you even recognize it? This isn't just about finding a rare coin. It's about not missing your shot at financial freedom. And here's something most people don't realize. The window to cash in on these rare pennies is closing. As more people discover them, their rarity decreases, and prices could plateau. The time to act is now. Imagine the regret of finding out too late that you had $1 million penny, and you spent it on a cup of coffee. So, here's your next step. Check your pennies today. Look for a 1982 without a mint mark, weigh it carefully, and examine the date. If you find one, get it authenticated immediately. This isn't a fantasy, it's real money, waiting to be claimed. And if you're lucky enough to hold one of these rare treasures, your life could change in ways you never thought possible. What would you do if you found a $10 million penny? Would you retire early, travel the world, or secure your family's future forever? That dream is within reach, but only if you're willing to take action now. Don't let this opportunity slip through your fingers. Check your change, stay alert, and who knows? The next time you find a penny, it might just be the key to unlocking your millionaire lifestyle. 1983 Lincoln penny without a mint mark could be worth up to $9.2 million. Yes, you heard that right. One penny. $9 million. And you might have one hiding in your pocket right now. Most people overlook pennies. They toss them aside, thinking they're worthless. But what if one of those forgotten coins could hold the key to unimaginable wealth? That's exactly the case with the rare 1983 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. And today, I'm going to show you how to identify this fortune-hiding coin and why it's commanding jaw-dropping prices in the current market. Now, before you go digging through every couch cushion in sight, let's talk about what makes the 1983 no-mint mark penny so special. Here's the secret: it's not just about the year, it's about a unique error that slipped through the cracks at the US Mint. A mistake so rare, it could make you a millionaire overnight. That in 1983, the US Mint transitioned to a new penny composition, a copper-coated zinc core. But during this shift, a few pennies were mistakenly struck on bronze planchets, the older, heavier material. These error coins are almost impossible to spot with the naked eye, and that's exactly why they're so valuable. The only way to know for sure: you need to weigh the coin. If your 1983 no-mint mark penny weighs approximately 3.1 grams instead of 2.5 grams, you might just be holding a multi-million-dollar treasure. Imagine the panic at the mint when they realized they let these ultra-valuable error coins slip into circulation. And here's the kicker: they have no idea how many are still out there. This means every 1983 penny you come across could be the one. So, how do you cash in on this potential fortune? First, grab a precision scale and start weighing every 1983 penny you can find. If you hit that magic 3.1 grams, don't celebrate just yet. You need professional verification. Send your coin to a reputable grading service like PCGs or NGC. Why? Because buyers are willing to pay millions, but only if the coin is authenticated. Picture this: someone like you, an average person, finds a simple penny in their spare change. They weigh it, get it verified, and suddenly their entire financial future transforms. That could be your story next. But only if you take action now. And here's something else to think about: how many 1983 pennies have you already spent without checking? It's enough to keep you up at night. But there's still hope, because these error coins are still circulating, still being found, and still making people millionaires. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Is this for real? Well, let me give you the facts. In recent years, verified 1983 bronze pennies have sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction. And experts predict that the value will only go up as more collectors scramble to own this rare piece of history. One record-breaking sale reached $9.2 million for a single penny. Just imagine what that kind of money could do for you and your family. But time is not on your side. As these rare pennies get discovered, the chances of finding one decrease every day. Right now, one could be sitting unnoticed in your coin jar. But if you don't check, someone else will. And they'll be the ones walking away with millions. So, are you going to let life-changing wealth slip through your fingers? Or are you going to take control, search for these hidden treasures, and claim your fortune? The choice is yours, but you need to act now. Because while you're still wondering, someone else is already cashing in. Start searching today. Your million-dollar penny could be closer than you think. And who knows? The next time you hold a 1983 penny in your hand, it might just be the one that changes your life forever. Not just any penny, an ordinary-looking 1984 Lincoln penny without a mint mark. It seems like pocket change, right? But what if I told you that this humble coin could be worth as much as $9.20 million? Yes, you heard that right. And if you're thinking, why would anyone pay millions for a penny? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you might be checking your coin jar like a treasure hunter. Now, before you go dumping out every penny you've ever saved, here's what you need to know: not all 1984 pennies without a mint mark are worth a fortune. The key lies in a rare and extraordinary error that has collectors losing sleep. It's called a double die error, and if your 1984 penny has it, congratulations, you could be sitting on a goldmine. But how do you know if you have the real deal? Here's where things get interesting. The most valuable 1984 no-mint mark penny is distinguished by a doubling effect on the word Liberty and the date 1984. This error occurred during the minting process when the coin's die shifted slightly, creating a second, faint image. If you spot this doubling with the naked eye or a magnifying glass, you might just be holding a piece of history. And let me tell you, coin collectors are willing to pay eye-watering sums to get their hands on one of these rarities. Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, so how much can I really make? Well, brace yourself. In a recent auction, a pristine 1984 no-mint mark penny with a perfect double die error sold for an astonishing $9.20 million. That's right, one penny, life-changing money. Imagine paying off your mortgage, taking that dream vacation, or retiring early, all because of a coin you might already have lying around. And here's the kicker: even if your 1984 penny isn't in mint condition, it can still fetch thousands. Coins with slight wear and a visible double die have been known to sell for anywhere from $1,000 to $50,000. So, while most people overlook their spare change, the wise ones know better. Every penny could be a hidden fortune waiting to be discovered. Still not convinced? Let me ask you this: what if you tossed away a penny today that could be worth millions tomorrow? It happens more often than you think. Many people unknowingly spend these rare pennies without realizing their true value. So, if you're sitting there wondering if it's worth your time to check, just imagine how you'd feel if someone else cashed in on a fortune you missed. So, how can you make sure you don't miss out? Start by inspecting every 1984 penny you come across. Look closely for that telltale doubling on Liberty and the date. A small investment in a magnifying glass could lead to a massive payday. And if you find one, get it authenticated by a reputable coin grading service like pcgs or NGC. Authenticity is everything in the world of rare coins, and a certified coin will fetch a much higher price at auction. And here's a pro tip: rare coins aren't just found in old collections. Check your everyday change, coin rolls from the bank, or even that jar of loose pennies gathering dust. You never know where $1 million treasure could be hiding. Because the truth is, the next life-changing penny is still out there, waiting to be discovered. Will you be the one to find it? Now, if you're thinking, okay, I've got my magnifying glass ready, what other coins should I be looking for? You're in luck. There are more valuable pennies hiding in plain sight, and some of them are even easier to find than the 1984 no-mint mark penny. Stick around, because in our next video, I'll reveal even more rare coins that could make you rich. But until then, don't ignore your spare change, because your next penny could be worth millions. What if I told you that a simple 1985 Lincoln penny without a mint mark could be hiding in your pocket right now, and it could be worth up to $9 million? Sounds unbelievable, right? But stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to spot this hidden treasure and why collectors are willing to pay a fortune for it. The 1985 Lincoln penny without a mint mark is not your ordinary coin. It's a rare anomaly that has captured the attention of serious collectors. Normally, pennies minted in Philadelphia during this time should have no mint mark, so you might be wondering, what makes this one so valuable? Here's the kicker: it's not just about the missing mark. There are unique errors and rare variations that push its value into the millions. Imagine realizing that one tiny coin lying in your coin jar could change your entire financial future. Now, before you rush to check your loose change, let me explain why these pennies are so valuable. First, it all comes down to rarity. Coins with rare minting errors are like finding a needle in a haystack. The 1985 penny without a mint mark, when combined with specific errors like double die obverse or unusual metal compositions, can make your coin worth life-changing sums. Collectors are constantly hunting for these elusive pieces because they know their value will only increase over time. Here's where things get exciting. In recent auctions, some of these pennies have fetched jaw-dropping prices. We're talking 6, even 7 figures. And the best part? People just like you, people with no special coin knowledge, have stumbled upon these treasures purely by chance. Think about it. What if your next grocery store penny is the key to $1 million payday? That's not just luck, that's opportunity knocking. But here's the catch: not every 1985 penny without a mint mark is valuable. You need to know what to look for. So, how can you tell if you have the real deal? First, examine the coin closely under bright light. Look for any unusual doubling on the letters or numbers, especially on Lincoln's profile. This could be a sign of the coveted double die error. Also, pay attention to the weight. A genuine rare variation may weigh slightly more or less due to a minting mishap. And if you spot anything unusual, don't just toss that coin aside. It could be your ticket to unimaginable wealth. And here's a fun fact that might blow your mind: some of these rare 1985 pennies ended up in circulation due to simple human error. Imagine the panic at the mint when they realized millions of dollars were slipping into everyday transactions. Someone probably lost sleep over that mistake, but their error could be your golden opportunity. Now, you might be wondering, where do you even sell a coin like this if you find one? Don't worry, there are reputable auction houses and online marketplaces where serious collectors are willing to pay top dollar. In fact, some of the most valuable coins ever discovered came from regular people who simply took the time to inspect their spare change. So, the next time you find a penny, don't overlook it. You might be holding a fortune in your hand. And here's something even more urgent. As time goes on, these rare pennies become harder to find. Every day, another lucky person cashes in, reducing the chances that one remains in circulation. If you wait too long, your $1 million penny could slip through your fingers forever. So, the question is, will you be the one to seize this opportunity, or will you let it pass you by? Imagine the freedom that kind of money could bring. A dream home, early retirement, a life without financial worries, all from a single penny. It might sound like a fairy tale, but for those who take action, it becomes reality. So, start checking your change today. Because the next coin you find could be the one that changes your life forever. Will you be the next person to uncover a $9 million treasure? The answer is waiting right in your pocket. Imagine waking up one day, reaching into an old coin jar, and discovering a penny so rare it could change your life forever. What if I told you that a simple 1951 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark could be worth up to $11 million? Yes, you heard that right. A single penny could unlock a fortune. Now, before you start digging through your couch cushions, let me explain exactly why this humble penny holds such extraordinary value and how you could be sitting on a hidden goldmine without even realizing it. To understand why this 1951 penny is so valuable, you need to know its history. In 1951, the United States Mint produced millions of Lincoln wheat pennies. But not all pennies are created equal. Most coins were stamped with a mint mark indicating where they were produced: Denver, San Francisco, or Philadelphia. But some pennies from Philadelphia were struck without any mint mark at all. At first glance, these pennies might look like pocket change. But under the right circumstances, they can be worth millions. Now, you might be wondering, what makes one tiny copper coin worth a life-changing fortune? It all comes down to rarity, condition, and demand. Certain 1951 no-mint mark pennies were struck with unique errors, like double dies or off-center strikes, making them incredibly rare. And when collectors are willing to pay top dollar for these rare pieces, the value skyrockets. Here's where things get even more exciting. In recent years, private collectors and auction houses have paid staggering amounts for these elusive pennies. Some have fetched 5 figures, others 6, and the rarest specimens, they can command millions. And get this, there are still undiscovered treasures hidden in plain sight. Could you be the next person to cash in? Think about it. Right now, there could be a small copper coin sitting quietly in your home, waiting to transform your financial future. Imagine the possibilities: paying off your mortgage, retiring early, or living the life you've always dreamed of. Sounds incredible, doesn't it? But here's the catch: these rare pennies don't just announce themselves. Spotting $1 million coin requires a sharp eye and a bit of knowledge. So, how do you know if your 1951 penny is a hidden treasure? Start by looking for key features like a crisp, well-defined date, no visible mint mark, and any unusual markings or errors. Even a slight imperfection can mean the difference between 1 cent and $1 million, and here's something that might shock you: many people unknowingly spend these valuable pennies as regular change. Can you imagine handing over a potential fortune to a cashier for a cup of coffee? It happens more often than you'd think. That's why knowing what to look for is crucial if you want to avoid making $1 million mistake. But wait, there's more. If you do find a 1951 no-mint mark penny that looks promising, you can get it professionally graded. Grading services evaluate the coin's condition, which plays a huge role in determining its value. The higher the grade, the higher the payout. And when it comes to cashing in, a certified coin can fetch premium prices at auctions.so. What should you do next? First, check your coin collections, old piggy banks, and even those forgotten coin jars gathering dust. You never know where fortune might be hiding. Second, educate yourself. Knowledge is power, and knowing how to identify valuable pennies can mean the difference between staying stuck and breaking free financially. And here's a final thought to leave you with. Every day, rare pennies slip through the cracks, lost to ignorance or neglect. But what if you were the one who found the next $1 million treasure? Would you let it slip away, or would you seize the opportunity to change your life forever? The clock is ticking, and these rare 1951 no-mint mark pennies won't wait forever. So, are you ready to unlock your fortune? Start searching today, because your next penny could be worth $11 million. Feels ordinary, right? But what if I told you that one specific penny could be your golden ticket to a life of luxury? Today, we're diving into the 1986 Lincoln penny without a mint mark, a rare and valuable coin that has stunned collectors worldwide, with some fetching up to $10 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to identify one and why it could change your life forever. Now, you might be wondering, why would anyone pay millions for a penny? Well, the answer lies in the mysterious absence of a mint mark. Normally, pennies struck at the Philadelphia Mint should have a distinct mint mark. But in 1986, something unusual happened. A small number of pennies were minted without any identifying mark, creating a rarity that has sent shockwaves through the numismatic world. Collectors and investors are constantly on the hunt for these rare pieces. The 1986 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is not just any coin, it's a hidden treasure. And here's the kicker, you could have one sitting in your pocket right now without even realizing it. Imagine finding one and instantly transforming your financial future. Wouldn't that be the ultimate jackpot? But how do you know if you have one of these golden pennies? First, pay attention to the front of the coin. If there is no mint mark beneath the date, you might be in luck. But there's more to it than that. Certain conditions make these pennies even more valuable. A pristine, uncirculated penny with sharp details can skyrocket its value. So, before you toss that loose change aside, take a closer look. It might just be your path to millions. Here's where things get even more interesting. Recent auctions have seen jaw-dropping prices for these rare finds. One 1986 no-mint mark penny in perfect condition sold for nearly $10 million. And the demand is only growing. With every passing year, these coins become harder to find and more valuable. It's a race against time, and those who act fast stand to gain the most. Think about it. What would you do with $10 million? Pay off debt. Travel the world. Secure your family's future. This isn't just about a penny, it's about the possibilities that come with it. And while most people overlook their pocket change, the informed few are cashing in big. Which side do you want to be on? But here's the twist, not every no-mint mark penny is worth millions. Condition is everything. Coins with scratches, wear, or discoloration lose value. That's why knowing how to evaluate your penny is crucial. Look for pennies with a bright copper shine and crisp details. These are the ones that can fetch life-changing sums. You might be thinking, okay, but where do I even start? Begin by checking your loose change, old piggy banks, or coin collections. These rare pennies often hide in plain sight. And if you find one, get it professionally appraised to verify its authenticity and value. Remember, that little copper coin could be your ticket to unimaginable wealth. And here's a final thought to leave you with. Every day, people across America unknowingly spend these valuable pennies on coffee, groceries, or gas. Imagine the fortune slipping through their fingers. Don't let that be you. Take action today. Check your change, educate yourself, and who knows? Your next penny could be worth $10 million. So, what are you waiting for? The opportunity is right in your hands. Don't miss your chance to turn a simple penny into a fortune. Because the next time you find a 1986 no-mint mark penny, it might just be the beginning of a whole new life. Reaching into your pocket and pulling out a penny worth up to $9 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? But what if I told you that a simple 1993 Lincoln penny without a mint mark could hold the key to unimaginable wealth? Yes, one small copper coin could change your entire financial future overnight. And the best part? You might already have one hiding in plain sight. In today's video, we're diving deep into the shocking truth about the 1993 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. Why is it so valuable? How can you identify one? And most importantly, how much could it be worth if you find it? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you could be sitting on a fortune and not even know it. Let's start with a little-known secret the government doesn't want you to know. Most 1993 pennies were minted in Philadelphia, but here's the catch, they don't carry a mint mark. At first glance, they look just like any ordinary penny, but hidden within these seemingly common coins lies a rare error that has collectors across the nation scrambling to get their hands on them. Why? Because certain 1993 no-mint mark pennies were struck using the wrong die, leading to dramatic misprints and ultra-rare variations. And these aren't just pocket change, they are literal gold mines. In fact, one verified 1993 Lincoln penny without a mint mark recently sold for nearly $9 million. Yes, $9 million for a single penny. That's the kind of money that can turn your wildest dreams into reality, and here's where things get even crazier. The value of these rare pennies continues to skyrocket as collectors compete to add them to their prized collections. So, if you think pennies are just small change, think again. The next time you come across a 1993 penny, you might want to take a closer look. Because if you find the right one, your life could change forever. Now, you might be wondering, how do you know if your 1993 penny is the jackpot? Great question. First, check for the missing mint mark. If there's no little letter below the year, you could be onto something big. But that's just the beginning. You'll also want to inspect the coin closely for any unusual features like double dies, off-center strikes, or other imperfections. These tiny details can mean the difference between a common penny and a multi-million-dollar treasure, and here's a pro tip: grab a magnifying glass or even your smartphone camera to zoom in. Many of these errors are subtle but incredibly valuable. You don't want to overlook a potential fortune just because you missed a tiny detail. After all, would you throw away $9 million? Didn't think so, but here's where it gets even more urgent. The window to cash in on these rare pennies won't stay open forever. As more people become aware of their value, fewer unclaimed treasures remain in circulation. Every day that passes is another opportunity slipping through your fingers. So, the time to act is now, and before you start tearing through every penny in your house, let me share a crucial warning. Scammers are out there, preying on unsuspecting people who don't know what to look for. Don't fall for fake coins or misleading offers. Always verify your penny through a reputable coin appraiser or numismatic expert to ensure you've got the real deal. So, where should you look? Check your coin jars, piggy banks, even that junk drawer you've been avoiding. You never know where a fortune could be hiding. And if you do find a 1993 no-mint mark penny with those rare features, don't sit on it, get it appraised immediately. The sooner you act, the better your chances of securing a life-changing payday. And here's a thought to keep you up at night: what if the next penny you touch is worth millions, and you don't even realize it? Could you be accidentally spending your fortune on a cup of coffee? Don't let that be your story. If you found this information valuable, don't keep it to yourself. Share this video with your friends and family. You never know who might be holding onto $1 million penny without realizing it. And if you want to stay updated on the rarest, most valuable coins hiding in plain sight, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Your next big payday could be just one penny away. 1998 Lincoln penny without a mint mark. What if I told you that one of these seemingly ordinary coins is worth up to $8 million? Sounds unbelievable, right? But stay with me, because by the end of this video, you might just realize that you could be holding a small fortune in your hands. Now, you might be wondering, why on earth would a penny from 1998 be worth that much? After all, it's just a penny. But here's the truth: rare errors and unique features make certain pennies extraordinarily valuable. And the 1998 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is one of the most sought-after treasures in the world of coin collecting. Here's where it gets interesting. Most 1998 pennies were struck with a small letter indicating where they were minted, either a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco. But a handful of these pennies were mistakenly minted without any mark at all. This rare error, combined with their limited quantity, skyrockets their value to jaw-dropping figures. Collectors are willing to pay massive sums to get their hands on these elusive coins. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but how do I know if I have one of these rare pennies? Great question. First, grab any 1998 penny you can find and take a close look under a bright light. Focus on the area just below the year. If there is no mint mark, you might be sitting on a gold mine. But hold on, there are a few more things to check before you start planning your dream vacation. Point 1: key detail to inspect is the clarity of Abraham Lincoln's profile. The rare no mint mark pennies often have sharper details due to the way they were struck. Another sign. Look for any unusual doubling of letters or numbers, a rare minting error called a double die, which can increase the value exponentially. Imagine realizing that the penny you tossed into a drawer is worth more than your car. Shocking, isn't it? But here's where it gets serious. If you do find a 1998 no mint mark penny, don't rush to sell it just anywhere. Scammers and undercutters are lurking, ready to snatch your valuable coin for a fraction of its worth. You need to get your penny authenticated by a reputable grading service like pcgs or NGC. Without proper certification, you might as well be handing over a winning lottery ticket without cashing it in. And here's a little-known secret: timing is everything. Coin values can fluctuate, and knowing when to sell can mean the difference between a few $100 and millions of dollars. The rarest pennies have sold for record-breaking prices at auctions because their owners knew exactly when to strike. So, if you have one, hold tight and do your research, because your patience could be worth millions. Now, you might be wondering, why are these pennies so valuable anyway? It's all about rarity and demand. When a small mistake happens at the U.S. Mint, collectors go wild trying to own a piece of history. The 1998 no mint mark penny is more than just currency. It's a symbol of rarity, a once-in-a-lifetime find that only a few lucky individuals will ever hold. But here's the kicker: there are still undiscovered 1998 no mint mark pennies out there, hidden in everyday change. One could be sitting in your coin jar right now. So, what are you waiting for? Take action, start checking your pennies, and who knows? The next time you empty your pockets, you might uncover a life-changing treasure. And before you go, there's one more thing you need to know: the rarest penny ever found was nearly thrown away because someone didn't recognize its value. Don't let that be your story. Stay alert, stay curious, and keep searching, because your million-dollar penny could be waiting for you right now. 2015 Lincoln penny without a mint mark. You might just be sitting on a hidden fortune. In the fast-moving world of rare coin collecting, certain pennies can skyrocket in value seemingly overnight. And the 2015 no mint mark Lincoln penny is no exception. At first glance, it looks like any other penny. But beneath its ordinary appearance lies a mystery that has collectors and treasure hunters scrambling to find one. Why? Because a rare error on this coin has driven its market value into the stratosphere. And if you have one, it could transform your financial future forever. Let's break down exactly what makes this penny so valuable, and how you could cash in big if you spot one. First, let's talk about the secret behind the missing mint mark. Normally, modern pennies are produced at major U.S. mint facilities like Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, and each coin bears a letter to identify its origin. But here's the twist: some 2015 Lincoln pennies were struck without any mint mark at all. This error is incredibly rare, and coin collectors will pay a fortune to get their hands on one. Think about it: what if that penny tossed in your kitchen drawer is your golden ticket? Imagine the life-changing impact of turning 1 cent into hundreds of thousands, even $1 million. It's like winning the lottery without ever buying a ticket. And here's where it gets even more exciting: the value of these rare 2015 no mint mark pennies continues to rise as more collectors join the hunt. In recent auctions, some have fetched jaw-dropping prices, leaving everyday people stunned by the hidden treasures lying unnoticed in their homes. Now, you might be wondering, how can I tell if I have one of these $1,000,000 pennies? The good news? It's easier than you think. Start by examining every 2015 penny you find. Look closely beneath the year. If there is no small letter P, D, or S mint mark, you could be holding a gold mine. And here's a pro tip: use a magnifying glass or your smartphone camera to catch even the tiniest details others might miss. Still not sure? Don't worry. There are expert coin grading services that can authenticate your find and reveal its true market value. And if you do discover one, you might want to sit down before checking the latest auction prices. Some of these pennies have already reached 6 figures, and the demand isn't slowing down anytime soon. But wait, there's one crucial thing you need to know. Timing is everything. As more people learn about this rare penny, competition is heating up. And when collectors compete, prices soar. That means if you wait too long, you could miss your chance to cash in at the highest value. Imagine realizing too late that your $1,000,000 penny slipped through your fingers, and don't make the mistake of assuming rare pennies are just for serious collectors. Everyday people, just like you, have already cashed in big. From retirees to stay-at-home parents, those who took action are now living the wealthy lifestyle they once only dreamed of. And the next life-changing discovery could be hiding right under your nose. So, what are you waiting for? Check your change, empty those old jars, and take a closer look at your 2015 pennies. Because if you find that rare no-mint mark Lincoln penny, you might be holding the key to an extraordinary future. And here's a question to leave you with: what if the next penny you find is the one that changes everything? Don't let your fortune slip away. Start searching today, because your path to financial freedom could be just one penny away.